welcome to the mailbag. Live, well not live, recorded from the Gold Coast. It's beautiful sunny weather up here, and we've got Jack Dickens on the plane. Did you check yourself in, Jack?
No. Well, I actually did, but I was double checked in by the good people at Betfair. Obviously, track record's not outstanding.
For a bloke that gives Walshy stick about travelling overseas, it's amazing you can't check into a domestic flight. But Pete Jones joins us as well from Betfair.
I'll have you know, I got myself two Jetport, is it? Shout out to Jetport. Is that where they are?
Yeah, Jetport parking.
On time, yeah. Got my plane on time. I actually got there right on time with Jonesy. I'm a functioning human being, thank you very much.
You're a big boy, you got big boy pants on.
Felt like the opposite of when I left Sandown yesterday. It wasn't a good day. It's a fairly tough day, but we're back already. Big win there, Shepherd's race 5 sail. So this is an exciting meeting. The good horses are back. Rails out 10, soft 5 currently. We've got 25 to 30k wins coming from the northerly direction. Is it a big betting card though, boys?
I think there's a lot of unknowns, to be honest. I mean, there's a lot of horses first up. A lot of these emerging 3-year-olds that are first running their prep. So look, I'm not keen to go like all guns blazing into this card, but there's certainly a bit of value around if you sort of look hard enough, I think.
Yeah, I think it's an important day to get some good information around trials in Victoria, which we've got through Nick Noonan, and you guys have too now.
Yep.
But it's a really big day for Manning Out Mail. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be betting too hard, but I think you get good information out of the yard on Saturday, because there'll be horses that can win big races in 2 months, and there might be horses that are sort of near their level that might be ready to go a lot sooner than others.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the horses that win here, you probably want to drop off them pretty quickly, barring, I guess, the superstars like Mystic Journey and things like that. There's a lot of horses here that might look good for the first couple of runs, but they don't really go deep in a spring. But rail out 10 metres, Caulfield, what do you make of that?
On pace early, if the rain keeps up, maybe we want to be off fence, but Caulfield is an extremely difficult track to read and predict. It makes previewing a meeting like this really hard, but we'll do our best. I certainly think there's going to be no disadvantage to be on pace in the first half of this card. You know it?
Yep. Yeah, we go.
Race 1, 1100 metres, benchmark 78, Pippi, Ben Mellum, $2.30, Diamond Effort, D. Oliver, $5, Gododin, $5.50, the D Lane, Suplex City, J Car, $9, XL Tara, 17s, the Kieran McAvoy who's down, and longer the rest. Do you want to do a speed map or rip straight into it? Did you like anything here, Jonesy?
When I first looked at the odds for this race, I thought, geez, this Pippi's pretty short. I went back and watched the replay of it first up at Doomben, and it was absolutely outstanding there. And I've had a deeper look into the field, and I can't really find all that much that can beat it. So I actually think it's a reasonable price.
1200 back to 1100, not a concern.
No, not massively. Like, I mean, it's a speedy thing. Look, I don't think it's a big concern at all. I think it's pretty well set up for this. Ben Mellon, barrier 1, should just punch through on the fence. Might be able to dictate the race and kick home in the straight.
Scooty, you got anything?
Yeah, I thought, it's pretty well exposed, Pippi. I think they went out really hard last start, and the times weren't flush, I guess, coming home. But
this last 200 on puntingform.com.au, which is the database that we all use, was a little bit sus.
Yeah.
Back to 1100's okay, and you're watching the replays, you think it's fine?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, it looks vulnerable late for mine. A horse like Gododin off the freshen gets Lane on for D Dunn. I think that's probably the danger. I'll need to go deeper into the race. There's a lot of horses that I've sort of sacked or probably just not up to that level. So, yeah, I think they're the two obvious. But even a horse like Blondie first up, but it's off the 385 day spell. It's got niche, but yeah, I need to look into the race further.
What did you guys make of XL Tara?
Jonesy?
I thought it was a chance. You're definitely getting good value there. I think it's $17.
Yeah, $17. I think this horse like Gododin, Tony Coney, Vivi Knight, Carlingford, Pippi, Diamond Effort, Defina, Blondie even, the card players, Condor Hero from 6. They probably all want to be pretty positive here. It's going to be really good tempo. I thought XL Tara was really strong in the worst part of the track at Mooney Valley over 1,000 metres. I think she's better over 1,200, better back to Caulfield. She might be one away, but she's a light, athletic little thing that doesn't carry a lot of condition. So Excel Tara for me on top, and I also thought Lagoon Star, if it's ever going to win, this is the sort of horse I was half talking about before. It's a bit limited, but it's ready to peak, whereas a few of these are sort of winding up.
And I'd probably just looking at purely map, I'd probably be against XL Tara just from the Caulfield back markers that get too far. Oh, I guess it's 1,100 metres, so it's a little bit different, but yeah, it's probably.
It needs to be completely blessed.
Yeah.
But we're getting. You'll end up at $17 currently, so I'd say we're going to get 25 to 30s on fair. If you bet the place, it might be a really nice place bet. I don't, but I think at that price, it's just certainly not going to be a loser for me.
I can see why you like it. It's a couple of starts back behind Eddie Man. That's a no for me. I'd rather Lane on Gododin.
No, I just think the Pippi form. So Pippi went around the same day last year, ran around in the Clisette. It went into that race favourite and was beaten by Sunlight by 2 lengths, and I just think that form against the rest of these is probably going to stack up. So.
I remember I backed Pippi that day. Good call. Race 2, 700 metres, benchmark 84, Ratwick Gold 2, 320, Benetotti, 370, Tory Joy 460, Paint the Town 2, Teo Nugent 850, Ping Me Another, D Lane 10, along with the rest. Jonesy, interested in playing here?
I'm a little bit, but I would have been much more keen to take the opening odds on Ratwick Gold 2. I think it opened up 450 or thereabouts, and it's now been smashing the 330. I thought it was pretty good coming out of the Mildura Cup, and it's such an honest mare that it just rarely runs a bad race. In its last 10 starts, it's only missed the place once. Best runs have been on a soft track, and it's looking as though it might be a soft track on Saturday. 3 mil of rain forecast for tomorrow. I don't think it's going to get any worse at a soft, but I don't think it will also be as dry as a good. But so I think that's going to suit it, having the sting out of the track.
Scooty, playing?
Yeah, probably the obvious here looks to be Benetoy.
What did you make?
3 weeks in
Taxu yesterday was solid. Did a lot of work, but failed.
Oh yeah, look. And
There's
there's a few people against High Beam as well. I know DK is one of his lays as well. So there might be a bit of a question mark out of some of the form of that race. So it'll be interesting to see how much tempo is in this one. But what does Oliver do from barrier 8 here? So I thought that was probably the runner I wanted to be on. I just thought Ratwick Gold Tooth was just slightly a bit short, even though it's won over the mile a couple of times.
Good opportunity for Geordie Childs, who's sort of a little bit forgotten, I reckon, right now. So it's a really positive ride for him. Drawn 5, he'll get every possible for him to get himself back in there. Not back on Twitter, I guess, not back in the paper. Back on Twitter. I thought there was one here, a little bit of a roughie. Vatani, if you watch the replay, it was pretty strong through the line behind Betty Ray Ruby at Sandown. Betty Ray Ruby came out and killed him yesterday. It was not favoured, it was against the pattern, it was a really strong performance from Betty Ray Ruby. If Frank the form, this is a big step up in grade, and it does go Ben Mellon to Linda Meach, which I'm a huge Linda fan. If you follow my Twitter, I love her, but she's not as good as Ben Mellon for me, in my opinion, but it's not a massive difference. I think Vatani was drawn 14 that day and would have to be snicked, and was really strong against the pattern. Drawn 4 here, Linda might be a completely different setup. Vatani for me each way.
It's an never won it a mile, and it goes 1,200 to a mile. I know it's third up, might have a foundation for it, but
savaged it, Sheen style. Really got through it.
But you get a pretty good price to find out anyway, at 16, 17 bucks.
Yeah, I think it's another one where Betfair late with a mounting yard push, you will be getting 30s. Race 3, 600 metres, New Universe. Bless last start, the non-winner stuck its neck out, 390. Kieran McElroy gets on, J Car off, L Meach off. Douglas MacArthur, J Car, $5. Snitspeg, D Dunn, $5. Balmain, $6. Guizo, $9. Along with the rest, there's King of Leo Grass. Slaughtering these.
King of
The nine.
King of Leograms.
Yeah,
sounds right.
yeah, whatever.
I read it.
Lloyd, another one of Lloyd's horse. Get the taps out. Two imports here makes this race pretty boring for me. I thought Snitzerpeg really put the writing on the wall. It's going to win pretty soon off what it did last start at Caulfield. I think the price though here is real short.
Yeah, there's and Captain Cook's the other import. It's got the Sydney trial form, so I'm gonna have to go back and do some Sydney trials there. Bowman rides from barrier 6, and it's got blindfold on first time. So
Yeah,
not something I know much about in the races.
Yeah, well, I'm the same. It's a difficult race to line up because you've got overseas form for half a dozen of these runners, and a lot of these are the first up. So, look, to be honest, it's a sort of a race where like you don't really have any confidence until you see a little bit of market support. You're right. And the one thing
He's got me. Go on. There was market support yesterday for Spanish Whisper, Lloyd's horse.
Okay.
Went off late and Western Run and shut itself.
The
And
other
it was forward in the
Right. The other one that jumped out to me was, and it's at a big price here, is there's been a bit of market support for the Giretto. So its overseas form has been quite sound. It ran fourth in the Caulfield Cup. That was its last run, and it's since trialled okay. And if I have a look at the odds here, it's been back, I think, 21s into 16s at the moment. So that was probably the only thing that stood out to me when I was looking at the form earlier.
You almost need a self-report though if you're betting into this race.
Yeah.
Like if you've got taken 380 about New Universe, go and get help.
Yeah.
Because the horse is not sweet, neither are you.
And yeah, I reckon
It's a complete-
integrate lane. I think
Yeah.
that's where you start. You just gap New Universe, and hopefully something shows some ability. I think Snitzerpeg might beat home New Universe in like a head-to-head.
Yeah, but then Douglas MacArthur or one of the other horses that I can't pronounce might just fucking kill it.
Yeah. It's a great race for Druzy. So Druzy's almost a
he'd be all
self-reporter.
over this.
This is his race.
Righto, race 4, 400 metres, benchmark 84. Aegis Chivalry went up to 80, now already into 235. Shot of Irish, Ben Mellon 550. Smarter Listen, K McAvoy 7s, rocks the castle. L Nolan. Hopefully, Sleepy Luke doesn't ride it like he rode the thing in race 1 yesterday at Sandown and shows some level of intent and puts this thing there or thereabouts from barrier 3. Sands Image, T.O. Nugent $12. Five Kingdoms, Sun Support $13. Long of the rest. Jonesy?
Look, I think Age of Chivalry's got every right to be favourite in this race, but whether you can take the 230 that it's into at the moment is another thing. One thing I found at big odds is Silent Law. A couple of starts back at Caulfield, it was very impressive, winning by 3 lengths or thereabouts. Its most recent run at Sandown just never really looked settled. Copped a fair bit of pressure up front. I think it might take a comfortable lead in this, and you can get $18 on it. I don't know, maybe $4 or $5 a place, and I just find that to be a better bet than.
That's a good call. I thought Five Kingdom and Silent Law, two at odds that stood out. I think that Age of Chivalry is one of the most exciting horses that is currently starting its preparation. I'm really, really big rap on this horse. I think it'll win. I think the price is disgusting though.
It should drift.
If it started $3 and it parades well, I'll launch. I won't take any notice of the market until what sort of 340 and onwards. I was hoped it went up $4. I would have bet. I think Five Kingdoms was slaughtered at every chance. Every race it ran last prep was just awful. I was on every one of them, if you can't tell. And it's Silent Raw, yeah, should make its own light. They stood out to me as two that were valued. Scooty.
I thought if you go to the market, yeah, like I don't mind a shot of Irish. I guess Ben Millen, barrier 1. Some jockeys might be asleep here, or he might just try to lead. Fred might come over from barrier 10 on Angelic Spirit and sort of annoy him a little bit.
I forget that quality of it.
Well, yeah, well it's the front runner, so Mellon might trick a few into a soft lead here and might pinch a couple of splits. So I can see there being money for the 3 shot of Irish, but a bit like Dicko, I think it's going to have to take a pretty bad ride for Age Chivalry not to win. But again, I can see
D lane's on it, so
yeah,
it's not going to get the
I
bad
can
ride.
I can see this horse drifting back out to sort of $2.80 or $3, especially first up. People will take it on.
Shot of Irish really, really knuckled it down and just won.
It was a great win, wasn't it? It was a real tough
It
win.
just got to work for Sandown.
Yeah.
Sign of a really nice horse. Race
Yeah.
5, punters. 1100 metres, Bivouac 250, Dubious 360, Excess Funds who ran second to a set of approach at Morphettville 650, Star Surprise 950, longer the rest. Jonesy, interested at all in betting?
I am, yeah. I think it's a great group of 3-year-olds from the the card. So not just this race, but in the Quizette and the following. You wouldn't at all be surprised if one of these ended up as a 3-year-old going to the Everest. Like I don't know who it's going to be, but it seems to be like a great sort of crop of.
Yep.
Well, I mean, last year Graf went there. There's only one spot left. I think if you have a slot for the Everest, you've already used it.
Yep.
On something like Time or look, I think there's probably a couple of guys that have gone too early locking in horses. I'd prefer to have a look at what's going around the next couple of races.
There's even Condo's Express in this race who exploded at Mia Valley Improvement Supply 9.5 lengths. I thought it was been sold, this horse. Looks like it's still in. Acting, who beat it at the Truth Yard, I think, leading into that Moon Valley run, won pretty well yesterday at Sandown, but was completely and utterly fucking blessed. Very hard horse to get a gauge on.
Yeah.
Excess Funds comes from the same race as Assertive Approach. Assertive Approach bounced off that Morphettville run to record its peak figure ever, despite what everyone said. I thought this race was exciting, but not as a betting race for me.
Yeah, I probably agree. Like, if I am going to have a bet, I think the standout to me is Dubious. And from what I hear, it's absolutely flying in track work. Showed some great performances as a 2-year-old. Like, I think the only time that it's put in a poor run was in the slipper. Might have had excuses on a heavy track that day. It's no doubt better suited to a firm track. So, yeah, if the track dries out a bit, then I think Dubious will be winning this. On the other hand, if it happens to be a little bit heavier than what's expected, then I think
Bivouac,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, any trouble pronouncing horses, just ask, and I'll help you.
It seems to be better suited to
Beauty, you're wagering?
Yeah, it's probably more of a watch and learn race
Specky,
for
but
me.
I can feel it's coming in.
Oh,
Today,
like,
it's a platform, it's a setup, he likes it.
Yeah,
He'll
yeah,
say fourth favourite or worse.
I think the top two in the market are pretty obvious, Bivouac and Dubious. A horse that I think is going really well, and it's a little bit versatile, so I'm not sure if this is going to be the right race for it. But yeah, Star Surprise.
Fourth favourite. Very
Star Surprise looks like a horse. They've freshened it up off 34 days. Mike Maroney might have one here. Really good win last start, I thought. Really tough win. Get McAvoy on for Nikita. It might just run into a couple of really sharp horses, but I think it's going to win a lot more races than Star Surprise. I'd like the horse.
It wasn't suited when it won.
Yeah, so I think that's the one I want to be on.
Righto, punters, race 6, the Quizette, over 1100 metres again. Liar 440, Sizzle Fly 650, Cheerleader 650, Exhilarates 750, Absolute Flirt, Moral beaten at Mooney Valley. Brett Preble gets on $9. Lincoln Star, D Oliver, he gets off Absolute Flirt and gets onto Lincoln Star, the great man, the champion. $10. Longer the rest. Jonesy, anything here that took your fancy?
Well, I'm a little bit disappointed that the news is out that Brooklyn Hustle's been scratched here, and I was quite keen to launch into it because I thought it was one of those runners that it was arguably the run of the race in the Blue Diamond, and if anyone's seen its recent trial, it was absolutely outstanding. So I was keen to launch into it, but it's obviously not going around. So
Well, don't force it.
yeah, no, that's okay. I'm happy to sit and watch this.
I like two horses here as horses to follow and the right price to find out this start. Lincoln Star is a beautiful animal. It's really athletic, and I'd imagine it's going to come back with a lot more muscle. really excited to see what it does. Oliver goes on another tick has probably proved as I'm predicting. And I thought Rumble Doll is just forgotten here by the market. It should have won last start. What Coy did to it and Henry Dwyer's tactics did to it at Moonee Valley cost himself and the owners a win. If it won that race, you'd be getting a much shorter price. I think those two appeal as bets here, big time. Rumble Doll's drawn 8 against John McNeil, and we've drawn 6, Lincoln Star, Damon Olbach. So they should be able to land wherever they want. Rumble Doll's got really good speed, and Lincoln Star has a little bit of belly speed. Good.
Yeah, I thought the value here might be Exhilarates. It put in a fair few, it was enormous in the Magic Millions, and the lead up to the Magic Millions, I was sort of kicking myself that I didn't back it to win the Magic Millions, and then it was really good in the Riesling, and then it just found that heavy track in the Golden Slipper and might have had enough and come to the end of its prep because it was probably up a long time.
They do drop off.
Yeah.
These
So
2-year-olds,
exactly. So I thought, and they had that really close up run behind Tenley, I guess, in the lead up to the Slipper, and obviously didn't cope with the wet track. Kieran McAvoy sticks, barrier 9. That's a slight concern for me, but yeah, Exhilarates looks like the less obvious of the runners, but I need to go have a look at its trial. But that's the one that piques my interest.
Race 7, 1200 metres, Be Good to Your Mother, 290, Behemoth, 360, Haunted, 650, Fundamentalist, 750, Antar, 850, Longleaf, 11s, Longer the rest. Jonesy, anything that took your fancy?
I think Fundamentalist.
Oh God, this could be
what's that?
I think Scooby likes
Oh,
it.
you like it as well.
Can't be
That's
against
all right.
it.
We haven't exchanged notes about this, but that's good to know. It just gives you that added confidence, I guess. But Fundamentalist, genuine Group 1 performer. It's only won 2 from 18 starts, but you could argue that it probably should have won, at least one Group 1 in its last campaign, maybe 2. Beaten by a nose in both of those. Mark Zara should get a lovely ride from barrier 3, and it might just take a sit right behind Be Good to Your Mum, who's most likely going to lead this race. No knock on him, by the way. He's incredibly impressive in its last prep, but it did beat up some pretty average fields in saying that. So just whether it's going to measure up to this sort of group or listed standard is I guess the query.
Scooty?
Yeah, so I guess it's the same hymn book. I just got a lot of time for fundamentalists. Just have a look at, I know Be Good to Your Mother's, a real big spruik horse, but fundamentalist. Listen to some of the horses that it's nearly beaten or been in and around near. Hood, Amphitrite, Mystic Journey, Shalala, Tin Hat, Amphitrite again, Nikita Jane, The Autumn Sun, Brutal, Canenda. Canenda went on and just blitzed in the Winter Carnival. We all know, how Brutal is in the Doncaster. She just looks like a different class to these, and I just love Zara on. I thought the roughie in the race could be Ken's Dream. It was probably a barrier trial 5 weeks ago for Jai McNeil, and then John Allen jumps back on. And so I just think that, I don't mind a set up, and this looks like this could be a real target race for that horse.
It was pretty easy when it was first up as well. So
Yeah.
You knew that it was always going to have a bit of improvement.
I think with your fundamentalist player, there's no guarantee Be Good to Your Mother will show any intensity. It's drawn 8. It's what? Last time I talked about this horse, I got attacked on Twitter. I think they have bigger hopes for the horse in this race.
Yeah.
Drawn 8, they've got to really dig it up here to get across. I reckon they'll just cruise, and if there's intent from other horses, it'll land midfield. It won't be pushed out, it won't be wound up because they want to try and win the race in a month or 2. That was a read. This horse gets more social media than wins. Anyway, outside of it, I found one here. Vacillator, gelded, T.O., Clint. He's airborne, young man. Vacillator's last start was over 400 metres and failed. They gelded it. Who beat it? The Inevitable. What Inevitable do? It came out and ran group time last week at Flemington. Previous start, it ran second, or a couple of starts back, it ran second to the Autumn Sun, who is the most impressive animal I've seen since Winx. Native Soldier, that's when Weir was great. Like the formula in this horse is airborne. Caulfield doesn't muck around. This horse was already grouped, like it's placed behind the Autumn Sun. If it wasn't going to deliver as a gelding, you'd think it would have gone to stud. Very exciting to see what this horse does to scrap. I think it's a bet hit. Race number 8, punters. It's over 400 metres. Mystic Journey $1.90, Hartnell 420, Cliff's Edge 750, Fitty Stars 950, Canedna $13, Trap for Fools still going around $26. Wowee! He's still training, is he? Kidding. Sorry, changing.
Yeah, look, I think, so Mystic Journey, sorry, what price are you getting?
$1.90.
$1.90, yeah, so, I mean, just how forward she's going to be is the issue with me. You know, she's obviously on a...
Wasn't she not
on a
2 weeks
path.
ago?
Yeah, so, yeah, might be,
What does that even mean?
yeah. But, yeah, the fact that she's on a path to the Cox Plate,
He's still
first
training.
up over 1,400 metres, I think that's my query with her. She's no doubt got the talent and the ability.
Do you reckon they call Adam Trinder SWAT?
Trinder swipe. That's not bad.
Um,
It probably deserves more than we've given you.
Well, it took me a while to work it out. That was the issue.
Yeah, okay, let's have a look. Custom test.
Yeah, but look, most of these have got got the same query on. First up over 1,400 metres. Most are going to want to get a little bit further into their campaign and the up and trip. But one I found at massive odds, and you should be getting about 50 to 1 plus on the day. It's Mr. Marathon Man. Was awesome a couple of starts back when it mowed down.
I reckon it was back.
Statesman
It
and-
was back last night too.
It was back, yeah, absolutely.
Against
yeah, it's starting to play.
Richiavi.
Yeah, Rickite, yeah, that's it. So anyway, it's and it never seemed to settle that day. It had its sort of head up, mouth open. Then at the top of the straight, it was checked and it just didn't want to go on with it. So I'm happy to put a line through that run there.
Oliver
Um,
Sticks.
Yeah, Oliver Sticks on it. Which is
You know how much he
a
loves
pretty good
cash?
sign, So yeah,
You know, head of a big spring carnival, he's not sticking on things he doesn't believe in.
yep. Yeah, so that's a blowout chance for me.
Oh, Cliff's Edge. Bet.
You still in love with him?
I love him. He's a big lad. He could have walked a little bit better than he walked first up. He had a lovely improvement to come. The horse is feeling good about himself. Sort of just ready to strip down now. Sort of been just bulking heavily. A little blowout. Got blown away by a really dynamic sprinter who finally delivered on his potential. Gets out at 400. Always tries. There's not a more honest horse in horse racing than Cliff's Edge. And I really hope that Swipe, Adam Trinder, goes well, because there's a lot of pressure on this guy. It's the next sort of spruik horse that everyone in media is going to latch upon to fill their content bubble with. I hope he goes well.
No, I think he'll go really well. Like every time that Adam Trinder speaks, he seems just like Swipe speaks. He oozes confidence, and he just looks like an Iceman. And like lots of people were trying to say that too long between runs, but he knows his horse, and I think and she is Betty the Jet. That's what they call her, and she goes like the shower of shit. So I can't see Adam Trinder pulling the wrong rein at all. I think he's a star, and Swipe. I think he'll do the right thing. I'm not sure at the price that I want to be anywhere near it. Can you get me
$1.90.
Can you get me the market? Because I'll probably want to bet around it just because I love betting.
Because you're sick.
I'm very sick. Yes. I thought the horse that I really liked here was probably 50 stars at the price. He's always been sort of a late maturer. He's a 5-year-old here. He comes off he had no luck in the Doncaster. I think he was trapped wide the whole time behind Brutal and all that sort of thing. But I think he fires a lot better first up than his record probably says. I think he had respiratory issues, or he had a problem.
What about
he had a problem last
if
time.
Hartnell's in the top 2 or 3 numbers from the yard?
Yeah.
You either got to back it, I reckon, or stay out of the race. Look, it's a superstar.
The last time Hartnell won was the Epsom.
Good race.
And like he's just, I don't know. There's always he's.
Last time Mystic Journey won, it was a pop-up race against.
Sorry.
Hartnell is rock solid. It's Resume's best hit.
Yeah, now, but it's 9 years old.
That's
now.
what I'm saying. But if it was in the numbers,
Yeah,
but if he's
That's
pouncing around,
yeah. But I do agree with Scooty on star tires. So I reckon that distance, 1400, is probably its go. Whereas most of these are just going to get better longer into the prep.
Your marathon
Yeah, and
man, your marathon man talks sort of.
Well, it's actually
Got a
back
little
in
blood
1600
in-
and 1400.
Yeah, it's got a little bit.
I think Canenda might need one. Blinkers come off there.
But it's also the sickness talking here.
What's that?
We're just trying. We
We're
don't want to get involved in the $1.90 in race
Just
A
trying to
on
force one out.
Thursday, and we're trying to force something else.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Content.
But this is like this is the one time if you want to back against Mystic Journey, this is where I'd take her on at the price. Barrier 2, she could easily have a quiet time, and you know, Darmanin hasn't done anything wrong yet, but this could be the time.
She's blessed it a few times. I think that 3 wide repeatedly just pissed her.
Well, it was a pop-up race. I think.
No, it did it in the Valley a couple of times. It's not a pop-up race.
Sorry?
It was low horse in that race.
Which race?
Whatever it's called. The All-Star Mile.
Oh, yeah, I think it's a great race. Great
It's a
concept.
great race. It's a pop-up race.
But and it was all honours. Like to do what she did, she put him against the wall. She just went to overdrive. So I think she's an out and out star, and she gets around Moonee Valley like she's on rails. The last horse that I saw get around that well at Moonee Valley was a horse called Lynx. Like she just
So
moves.
Caulfield will hold no problems for her the way she caught.
Yeah, no drama. We're here about value and price, I think, but 50 stars is the one I want to be on.
I just think like the Roman out of that All-Star Mile, the Roman was solid in it. Hartnell was solid in it.
Yeah.
The Roman's pretty plain. Elise's running over 1200 metres. Big question mark. Race 9, 1100 metres. Miss Ayano 550. Bella 550. Causeway Girl $7. Crack the Code 750. Great Shadow $8. Victory Kingdom J Car $8. Along with the rest. Jonesy, anything that interests you as a bet?
Yeah, look, I think the one that sort of jumped out to me was Crack the Code. It's had 2 runs at Caulfield for 2 wins. Look, I'm sort of basing it off that. Look, I haven't had a great look at this race, but I think you're getting 750 on that. So
Yep.
yeah, look, that was one that jumped out. Got any opinion here, Scotty?
Lockie King scares the shit out of me though there.
Yeah, excuse me, because I haven't really done the race. I'm just like scanning like little 2-minute form. Like there's a horse that I really like as a horse, but she was probably a little bit immature. But she did go from 2 maidens straight into the deep end into Group 3s and 2s. She probably was a little bit unlucky in the CUNY. The horse is Victory Kingdom, but
Gets blinkers on first up.
Yeah.
Oh, Scooty.
So like I'm wondering what they're doing at 1100 here at Caulfield first up.
Sneaky setup.
Sneaky setup.
Sneaky setup.
Yeah, sneaky setup.
Yeah.
So Jamie Carr on.
Chick.
Yeah, like she looks like a really good horse, but maybe they don't really know what to do with it just yet. What price is she?
Big.
Big odds?
Big odds.
Yeah, so I'd probably spec her. I think Jonesy's sort of like fishing in the right sort of pond with Crack the Code, and then I'd have to sort of go deeper into the race. Like a horse like Miss Ino's got good figures at Caulfield and looks to be hitting some form, but yeah, I need to pull the race apart. That's probably what I'm trying to say.
Righto, boys. That'll do us. Best bets, value bets, and a lay, please.
Alright, so I'll kick it off with best bet being Fundamentalists in race 7. I'm not sure whether I was going to declare it best bet until I got heard that support from Scoot, but yeah, it's now best bet of the day.
It's a setup and profile expert.
So the best long shot for me, probably in the PB Lawrence Mr. Marathon Man, and the lay of the day. Be good to your mother, maybe.
Okay, my best is Lincoln Star. My value is Vacillator. And also, I don't mind in race 1, Lavulin Star and Exile Tara at big odds. And lay, we'll lay New Universe because it was can't have Christmas twice in a year. They won't win for another 26 weeks, that horse. We'll lay Valkyrie.
What price was Fundamentalist?
750.
I reckon that's a great, yeah. I'll make that my best just so me and Pete can go down with the ship together. I think New
Bit of pressure
Universe.
now on the bike as well.
It is,
So-
We've doubled down.
Something else comes out in Wins Race 7. We've got Vacillator as well.
Yeah.
That's right, we'll declare that.
Yeah, I think.
Think good your mother will cross comfortably the
Oh,
lead.
it's-
He'll show some intent to piss in by 6 anyway.
She was huge, and I remember when Fundamentalist was first up last time. I think it was behind Tim Hack, and that horse was absolutely roaring then. And
Yeah,
she,
roaring.
she was a mile, like probably a mile back in her prep, because she kept going pretty deep into her prep that start. So I think she's a value runner. Or she's the best bet for the day. The lay of the day will probably New Universe. And as for a roughie of the day, it was probably later in the day, and I'd say I'll say 50 stars is probably my best roughie. So it might be unfancied in the market first up, but I think it could be a sneaky one.
Righto, boys. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Enjoyed
guys.
that. Mountie, our mail, everything else you ever need, themailbag.com.au.